Hi guys, welcome to another episode of me playing Katawa Shoujo. And yes, let's begin. You're here to run again, right? Well, yes. So come on. I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Things seem to be set on mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves with an effortlessness that I find enviable. It's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work towards things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We round the track and start on our second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient, keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is what I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? Take it easy. I let Emmy go with her own pace, and she doesn't show mercy, pulling half a lap ahead of me in an instant. I don't blame her. I mean, it's not as if I'm really putting up any sort of a real fight out there, isn't it? Instead, I'm just running at a steady pace, which is what I should be doing, right? There's no need to go pushing my limits at this stage of the game. God, is this even worth it? As we finish the second lap, I break off again. Emmy keeps going, and it almost seems to me that she's disappointed. Well, that's stupid. I don't have anything to prove to her. Come to think of it, I've got nothing to prove to myself either. I'll just find the way I am. What I'm not is a runner. This was probably a bad idea. Maybe there's something else I can do instead of this. Seriously? Okay, no. I am quitting because I don't like this. I'm going to skip over the dialogue and choose the other one. I thought that this would trigger some sort of a heart attack episode or something, but I guess we should push ourselves. Go for it. What am I doing here? Am I really just going to fold and let Emmy pull ahead? I speed up. The second lap's done quickly, and without even considering it, I keep going. Emmy looks back over her shoulder at me and grins. Still going? Wouldn't want you to think I'm out of shape. Emmy laughs without breaking her stride, no less, and speeds up even more. Well, if this is the way we're going to play things, I increase my own pace as well. I can feel my lungs burning, and my legs start to question just what the hell I think I'm doing. Lactic acid screams in my muscles, but I close my ears. I can't let myself fall behind, because that would be a loss. The rational voice in my head inquires mildly just when we started playing a game. I'd answer it. I'm not having a lot of trouble thinking at present. I'm having a lot of trouble thinking at present. She's so fast. How the hell does she keep it? I knew it. It's like a shrink pulling at my chest, choking feeling of nervousness and pain. If I can think of anything else, then oh shit, the track disappears from under my feet. I stumble, one hand shooting down to clutch at my chest, the other hitting the track to keep me from falling on my face. Amy whirls around and her eyes widen. Isao! She yells at me, sprinting from the other side of the track. What's wrong? Nothing, just keep your breathing steady. Calm down. Don't panic. Don't panic. Do you need me to get the nurse? I close my eyes, shutting out the outside world. My heart struggles to regain its rhythm. Slowly the pain in my chest begins to subside. Soon it's gone like nothing happened. It was nothing? No, something happened there. I opened my eyes again and glanced at the very worried Emmy. I think I'm fine. My voice sounds weird, even to myself. Oddly even and matter of fact, it makes Emmy frown. I don't think you are. She seems to come to a decision and nods to herself. Right, you're coming with me. You've got to see the nurse. Emmy grabs my arm and drags me. I feel a bit wobbly, but I refuse to shoulder Emmy offers for support. Honestly, I'm a bit ashamed by my own weakness. I'd really rather not have Emmy concerned about me, but it seems to be too late. Heck, I'd rather not have anyone concerned about my condition, though at this point, it seems to be too late for that as well. I like to be able to deal with the whole thing on my own, without being a bother to anyone else. While I'm wishing for things, rather not have this condition in the first place. Nurse! Emmy crashes into his office without knocking, but it doesn't alarm the nurse in the least. Good morning, Sunshine. What's up? Sunshine. Anyway, he calmly sips from his coffee mug, but lays it down after following Emmy's gaze to me, looming in the doorway. So, what brings you here? We were running, and he stumbled over and started grabbing at his chest, and I thought I'd come by. Easy there, Emmy. Just calm down. So, what happened? I don't know. We were running, and my chest started hurting like that time before, but it went away after a few seconds. It was just a flutter or something. I know it's round. I'd have to say that just a flutter is some kind of a oxymoron. I didn't mean quite this when I suggested to get more exercise. You got to be more careful, is all. I was being careful, it's almost giving a heart attack or almost quitting running altogether, so I guess I prefer this choice. Come to think of it, I just got into a race with a member of the track team. Doesn't seem as well recent as I thought it would. You just what? And that is, I was racing Emmy. Emmy, is this true? Emmy fidgets, looking adorably contrite. And well, only she can't seem to bring herself to say it out loud. Merely nods. Her nose sighs and rubs at his forehead with one hand tightly. Emmy, you got to be more sensitive to the limits of others. I don't know if he told you, but Hisa has a bad heart. Giving him to race you was incredibly responsible. Actually, I started it, and I was stunned by my statement. You what? We were just running and you started to pull away, so I sped up to catch her. The nurse stares at the ceiling, mutters a prayer for patience, with some god or another, and looks back at the both of us. So you're both stupid. That's a comfort, I guess. Now come on, so got to make sure your heart's not going to explode or something. I dutifully obey and follow him to the adjacent room, where we are certain that I am, in fact, not going to keel over and die. So how does it feel? I don't know, nothing much. Tired, but it just might be from the exercise. Should stay here for a few hours and rest. We'll see how you feel after that. Not going to object, so I lie down on the infirmary bed. A thoroughly miserable Emmy comes in after getting an earful from the nurse in the other room. I couldn't hear what he said though, through the closed door, but I'm sure it wasn't pleasantries. Look, I'm really sorry. I should have been more careful. Hey, you didn't know. It's not your fault. She looks awfully down and sorry. My reassurances don't do anything much to cheer her up. I wanted to make it up to you. Again with that decisive nod. So you have to come to lunch with me. I'll bring it for you, okay? Something really, really good. I said with her, you don't have to, but then shut up and just nod at her when I see her face. Good. We meet on the roof. We? Yep, the weather's nice now, so the roof's a great spot for lunch, you know. I see. You'll come, right? You didn't deny me a chance to make it up to you. Of course not. Wait, see you there. I stay afloat, somewhere between asleep and awake, feeling completely drained. Not only my body, but all of me is limp and paralyzed, apart from my senses. I swallow with difficulty and try to lie as still as I can, which is in this state is not a very hard thing to do. The nurse is shuffling around on the other side of the curtains he drew to give me privacy. You see his shadows shifting about inside in the sunlight. He has opened the window in his office. It's windy outside. The clean white curtains flutter in the breeze in a heavy, lazy motion, like waves. Light sips through them slowly, half absorbing into the fabric. I close my eyes. The breeze on my face feels like the soft fabric of the curtains. I listen to the sound of my heartbeat for a moment, trying to shut out the sound of the nurse stepping away on his computer and my own heavy breathing. It's steady. Damn it, not even a week and I end up like this again. I really screwed up this time. Should have known better than to play the half-baked sports star in front of a real one. And why did I try to act brave, like that hard flutter was no big deal, even when it was obvious that it was? It was just a reflex to push it away, to keep it inside. Didn't want it to happen. Didn't want Emmy to see it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Have to be more careful, or I will end up in the hospital again, or worse. That's my final thought, before I give in to the tiredness. I fell asleep. For how long? What time is it? I'm feeling a little lightheaded when I keep blinking compulsively. Pushing the curtains aside, I squint my eyes against the unfiltered light pouring in from the window. The texture of the canvas feels nothing like the wind did before. The nurse looks up from his work, sitting exactly where he was before. How are you feeling? I can't really tell, so I don't answer anything. I'm feeling kinda groggy from the falling asleep at such a weird time. Hopefully I don't look too weird. What time is it? Me croaking the question against some orientation. The nurse looking at his wristwatch before answering. Things seem to happen in slow motion. 10:15. Try to think for a moment what it means, but I'm not really sure. You didn't answer my question, you said. Oh, fine. Climb down from that bed then. Let's see how you are doing, don't? I try to do exactly that, only to sway dizzily when I move too fast. The nurse moves to support me by an arm and sighs. Stand up too quickly is what I was going to say. Just sit there. I'll check your pressure to make sure. My good intentions should have lasted for a long time. I shut up, embarrassed with myself, while the nurse gets busy with an old-fashioned contraption in my arm. After a couple minutes, he puts it away, looking neither pleased nor unhappy. You're alright. Head stop spinning? Yeah? Good. How are the contents doing? You didn't show very good judgment out there, he saw. So the retort I was going to make. It's what I was thinking myself, but hearing it stated by somebody else makes me want to protest. What he's saying is not pleasant to hear. Doesn't make him any less right. No, sir. Not still looking as usual as he was before. It would be easy to be angry at him if he said, "Told you so," or something, but he doesn't. I can try and help you to keep your health, but ultimately, the last call lies with you. Hopefully, this little episode will be something that will remind you of that. Here, a note for your teacher to avoid an interrogation. Take the slip of paper he's offering, and then make my leave, as I can't think of anything else to say, nor even really want to. Stay out of trouble, you hear me? Don't think it was anything but a scare, but next time could be different. I hear you. There is some way to get to the school building straight from the auxiliary building. I'm not keen to find out and possibly get lost, so I go out from the exit that I know works. I stop at the stairs of the auxiliary building, deliberating for a moment between going to the dorms, get my books and stuff, and going straight away to the class. The sun stings my eyes, so I head towards the dorms. The halls are quiet as the courtyard was. Naturally so, since everyone's in class. I knock lightly on the door of 3-3 and push open the door when Muto calls from the other side. Sorry I'm late. 15 pairs of eyes turn to me. Good morning, Nakai. Muto seems to be somewhat confounded by my coming in late, as if I interrupted his flow or something. Judging from the rambling lectures his classes tend to be, that might be the case. I pass him the note the nurse gave me, Muto takes it with a nod and reads it quickly. He lifts his eyebrows, gives me a kind of stern look, but doesn't say anything. Just nods solemnly again. I shrug, and he gestures at me to run along, so I naturally do. The class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of the school. I have even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overtly attentive. The first days I was pretty high-strung in class. Okay, so I'm guessing that the Emmy route, more the Emmy route, the exercise route rather than the study route. I'm guessing that he saw or chooses to focus on exercising on studies, and I chose the exercise part, which I guess I'm fine with, since I like Emmy more than the student council girls. So, as you know, the festival is on the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone's projects are going to be successful this year. Have a good time. Also come Sunday. Please keep the meaning of this festival in your mind. Games and fried food. Everyone bursts out in laughter, and so do I. Yes, thank you, Mikado. What I meant to say was, the remainder of his sentence is buried beneath the ring of the lunch bells, and everyone starts packing their things. Muto deliberates for a moment, but since almost nobody seems to pay attention anymore, he gives up and sits down. It's crowded in the hallway, was crowded as hallways in the school probably get. Most of the students seem to be heading down for the cafeteria. Normally I join the flow and grab a lunch myself, but today is different. Today I've been invited to lunch on the roof. An odd location, but that's where I was told to go. Fortunately, I managed to find shelter from the storm in the lee of the classroom door. Eventually, the torrent subsides, and I step tentatively out into the hallway, only to be met by Emmy, who comes flouncing down the hallway like a cannonball. Hey, hi Hisao, great timing. We have super extra lunch today as promised. Let's go upstairs. The stairway to the roof is a little dilapidated, but has clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is a door, complete with a missing padlock. I wonder who the intrepid individual was that removed the lock. Emmy shoves the door open and steps speeding into the sunlight. Suddenly, a tall, dark stranger appears out of nowhere, standing imposingly in front of us. Emmy flinches back, almost falling back down the stairs. Hello? Eek? Yipes, you scared me, Ren. Wait, isn't she? Hello. Noticing that Ren is speaking to me, Emmy looks curiously at me. You two know each other? Look confusedly at Emmy. She's a friend of yours? Renee's turned her gaze towards the clouds drifting above the school. I didn't know you knew this person, Emmy. The awkward silence lasts only for a few seconds, until Emmy lets out a tiny giggle, shrugging the coincidence off. I invited his out for lunch, if you know him, but that's just better. Oh, does this mean I don't get food? Or did you invite him for lunch without the lunch? Neither. I have food for free. Nice thinking. They walk to the other end of the roof while I stay at the clock tower for a while, taking in the atmosphere. There is nobody else but us. I guess the roof is just not as popular as it is in other schools. A few rundown benches and tables are scattered around the edges, perhaps in an attempt to make the rooftop look less desolate. The small pebbles covering the roof rattle beneath our feet. We peek through the chain-link fence and take a look at the school grounds and beyond. Students are rolling in pairs and groups around the quadrangle and at the cafeteria. A few delivery trucks are driving past the school towards the convenience store nearby. Some more watchdog barks at the passerby. Somehow when I look towards the town center, the small town feel strikes me very strongly, almost palpably. A hectic lifestyle of these metropolises seems so far of big metropolises seems so far away and foreign here. Nobody has to run to catch a bus like the life depended on it, or get the senses overloaded by the neon lights and traffic jams. I feel surprisingly optimistic about this new life of mine, looking at my new hometown, even if it's going to be mine for only one short year. Finding out about my illness and having to move away from home all came so suddenly, I haven't had time to think about how I feel about it. When I step out the shadow of the clock tower to the open, I feel warmth touching my back. The sun shines on a perfectly clean cerulean sky. A cool breeze sweeping over the rooftop makes me shiver, but only briefly. The wind carries the scent of the trees and flowers, not smoke and car exhaust like it used to just a few weeks ago. Amy settles on a bench with Rin in tow and produces one big and two small lunch boxes from her bag. Come on, Hiso, what are you waiting for? She is beckoning me to join them, making room on the already small bench. I seat myself in a corner of the bench to take as little space as possible, but it's pretty cramped, but somehow all three of us fit in it. Impressive view. Amy suppresses a giggle and places a lunchbox in front of Ren, hands another lunchbox to me. Here you go, lunch as promised. Homemade no less. I'm impressed. Wow, this looks really good. Thanks, I make it myself when I can. Conversation dies off as I said about the business of feeding myself. Taking a few bites, I glance up and notice Ren deftly opened her lunchbox and popping a fork full of food into her mouth using only her feet. Even though I've seen it before, I can't help but be impressed at her dexterity. It's also a reminder of the sort of place I am in right now. Will I ever get used to sights such as this? I can't decide if getting used to such a thing would be a good thing or a bad thing even. Does getting used to this place mean that I'm giving up on being a normal person? Or does it just mean that I'm becoming more understanding about those around me? I distracted from my thoughts by the sight of Emmy tearing into her lunch as if it had insulted her ancestors. You seem pretty hungry. Emmy looks up, mouth half full, and swallows before nodding. My morning round always works up an appetite, which is great because then I burn through lunch pretty quickly. Helps me keep my girlish figure. What will happen if you lose it? Would you become a man? I very nearly choke on my lunch, try not to laugh. It's a figure of speech. Does your figure have to run in the mornings too? Do you always talk like this? Like what? Like what? I think that answers my question. Never mind. So, I struggled to think of a small talk and settle on the obvious question. How'd you two meet? Ren seems content to let Emmy answer this question. Someone in the housing department thought that we complement each other well, so we were assigned rooms next to one another. Complement each other? Like shoes and a suit? Huh? Emmy giggles at my confusion. Put us together and we've got all our limbs. Get it? Ah. So I started helping Ren get ready in the mornings, and that was that. I mean, you can't help someone get dressed every morning and not get along. I see. Ren chooses this moment to interject. I have trouble with shirts. Right, that seems fairly obvious. Really? Kind of? This isn't helping, but at least Emmy seems to find the whole thing funny. That combined with the fact that Ren is genuinely curious makes me feel slightly better and yet confused. I mean, you've got no arms, so putting on a shirt seems like one of those things that will be difficult. You know what? I'm just going to stop talking now. It'll save me a lot of trouble in the long run. Ren nods in what I suspect is meant to be a sage manner. I see. The conversation dies as I turn my attention back to my lunch. It's really quite good. Emmy finishes her lunch fast and makes a contented noise. Ah, that was good. As she busies herself with cleaning up her lunch, Ren speaks up. I'm thirsty. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Sorry. With a flourish, she reaches into her bag and removes a tray of juice boxes. She tosses me one that appears to be cranberry juice, one to Ren that appears to be some kind of strawberry milk, complete with pink color scheme, and keeps an equally pink box of some kind of fruit punch to herself. Ren dexterously stabs her straw for the top of her box and begins to drink. Once again impressed by how flexible she is, but this time I keep my comment to myself. Somehow I don't think either Emmy or Ren are sorts of people to think twice about the way they walk around their particular disabilities. Ren especially so. Indeed, she gives out the impression of being entirely unaware that she's missing any limbs at all. Whether or not that's a conscious decision is another matter. I'm honestly not sure. So, Hisao, how do you like it up here? It's quite nice, actually. I like high places for the view. Thanks for inviting me up here. And for the lunch too. Emmy grins a 1,000-watt grin, pleased by my response, I suppose. No problem. Feel free to eat with us next time too, okay? Won't make you a lunch, but you can bring your own up here. No lunch service? I don't know. Emmy looks mock offended. Try to take advantage of my good nature? The nerve! She giggles. Well, if that's your answer, I guess Rin and I will just keep eating lunch all alone. I'm sadly assaulted by the most heart-rending puppy dog eyes I've ever seen, as Emmy pouts. Kidding, I was kidding. Up to eat lunch here again. Good location, and the company's okay too. Emmy frowns a bit at my declaration of okay, but seems happy enough that I've accepted her invitation. Guess this makes us friends now. Or at least acquaintances. The lunch bell rings, signaling I returned as the downstairs. Ren, you didn't finish your lunch again. I wasn't that hungry. If you don't eat more, you're going to fade away. Ren shrugs, as if this is an acceptable risk. Come on, we'd better get going. 3 of us head down the stairs together. The afternoon class passes. Once again, I find myself without a plan for something to do after school, so I head to the library to return a couple of the books I finished reading. Walking inside, I see that there are about as many students here as there were on Tuesday, all the more evident from the almost total silence enveloping the room. As I drop the books I borrowed into the return slot in the counter, Yuko suddenly pops up behind it, quite startled from the banging they make as they hit the trolley next to her. Alrighty, I think that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys next time. Bye bye!